Let's quickly begin with the very first story. Former President Olusegun Obasanjo seems to have renewed his hostilities with ex-Vice President Atiku Abubakar in what appears to be a response to Atiku. Obasanjo on Friday said picking him as his running mate in the 1999 presidential election was the greatest mistake he made while in office. The elder statesman spoke during a fireside chat with Soputa, popularly known as Charlie Boy. And the federal government has ruled out any immediate increase in electricity tariffs, reaffirming its commitment to improving power supply through ongoing reforms and strategic investments in the sector. Minister of Power Joseph Tegbe made this known during a stakeholders engagement section in Lagos. The Chief Justice of Nigeria, CJN, Justice Kudirat Kekerekun, has directed lawyers and court officials to immediately stop using the title barrister before their names in all official dealings with the Supreme Court. She declared the practice inconsistent with the professional standards expected at the nation's highest court. More like telling lawyers, do not use barrister as a preface to your name. Preface means something more like a title or honorific title, that it is inconsistent and it's not a standard practice. That's what she was actually saying in that very circular. And I'm also aware that during the call to bar 2026, those who were recently called to bar, we also told the same thing. They were charged to drop barrister before their names, that they should not use it, that is not standard practice. The Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) will today publish the names and personal particulars of the candidates contesting the January 16, 2027 presidential election, as well as elections into the Senate and House of Representatives. Potential voters as well as political opponents are expected to look out for discrepancies in certificates, age declarations, affidavits, or nomination procedures. We're going to monitor this. INEC will be making such release later today. We're going to see the particulars of all the contestants. Nobel laureate Professor Wole Soyinka has called on President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to end all forms of killings by state actors, adding that the silence of residents also worsens this situation. This was as Soyinka dedicated his 2026 public lecture to the victims of Nigeria's extrajudicial killings and state excesses, declaring that the nation's greatest failure is not only the murders but the collective silence that allows killers to walk free. A former national vice chairman northwest of the All Progressives Congress (APC) and the leader of the African Democratic Congress, Salihu Lukman, has warned that the 2027 general election could become more of a coronation than an election unless opposition parties put aside their differences and present a united front against the ruling APC. But I'm here to tell Lukman that it is late as we await the particulars of the candidates to the election, and you are making this call at this point in time. It is too late. So what you are trying to say is that without Obi and Atiku coming together as a united front, it will become a coronation for President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, as speculated by Minister of Aviation and Aerospace Development Festus Keyamo. Minister of Works Senator David Umahi has said that he is not attacking the Nigeria Democratic Congress (NDC) presidential candidate, Mr. Peter Obi, but asking the Southeast people not to vote for him. He said that he had been proud to work for President Bola Tinubu's re-election due to his infrastructural projects in Nigeria, especially in the Southeast zone. Could that be the reason Oshomole was attacking Dave Umahi over issue of road constructions and infrastructure development, saying that you cannot move from Warri to Benin, you cannot move from Benin to Aoshi, but Dave fired back saying that the road was even awarded when you were there as a governor and you could not do anything. Well, fire for fire. The South African government has rejected claims that Nigerian singer Ira Star and members of her team were denied visas into the country. The South African Consul General to Nigeria, Professor Bobby Moore, in an interview on Friday, said immigration authorities had no record of any visa application or rejection involving the singer or her team. The Lagos Zonal Directorate of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission has secured the conviction and sentence of 2 Chinese men, Zhang Lin and Gao Hai, before Justice Akintayo Aluko of the Federal High Court in Ikoyi, Lagos, for conspiracy and illegal mining of solid minerals. They were arraigned on a 5-count charge bordering on conspiracy and unlawful possession of mineral resources intended for export without lawful authority. The Inspector General of Police, Olatunji Disu, has deployed Erele Samuel Etaifu to Osun State as Commissioner of Police to oversee the security architecture for the forthcoming governorship election next week Saturday. Etaifu's deployment was announced in a statement signed by the Osun State Police Command Public Relations Officer Abiodun Ojelabi and obtained in Oshobo on Friday. And those were the political round of stories. And we go straight to the business of the day. And we begin by asking the first question. We'll be expecting our guests to join us any moment from now. But before then, we can begin by asking the first question. What is happening in Osun State? Osun, it seems to be heating up. A lot of things are not going well. And where APC is accusing a court party of killing their members who are actually gearing up for this election. But our court party is accusing APC-led federal government of suffocation, intimidation, harassment, and wanton arrest. And this time around, they are saying that peace accord signed the other day, they may not really be committed to that because they have cried out to high heaven. It's a case between Oyebamiji and Adeleke. There are other candidates, no doubt, but then the whole thing seems to be between these two men. I remember the analysis we did the other day during Polity program where we really reeled out quite a lot between these two men. Remember, Oyebamiji was Commissioner of Finance during the tenure of Arebochola, and also was a Commissioner of Finance during the tenure of Oyetola. And Oyetola was Chief of Staff to Arebochola, and Arebochola was once Commissioner for Works to President Bola Tinubu during his time as the governor of Lagos State from 1999 to 2007. Do you see the connection, the connectivity? But Arebochola has since left the brotherhood. And you're aware that Nyesom Wike has lashed 750 million for outdoor campaign in Abuja for anybody campaigning for presidency. As we are talking about the governor of Abia State, Alex Oti, who splashed 200 million, 150 million for governorship. Remember, we did say yesterday that he paid 10 million, but now he has increased it from 10 million to 150 million, indirectly shorting any other opposition candidate, shutting the person up or shutting him up, more like shut up. But then as we were talking about that, and then the report came yesterday that Wike, his own is 750 million. And people are shouting, let the opposition breathe. Everybody, if you're in power, the next thing is to suffocate opposition. I know that kind of thing. But that's, by the way, we're going to talk about what is going on in Osun State and possibly other developments. As we are talking about the two major candidates in Osun State, do not forget also the candidate of African Democratic Congress, ADC, Najim Salam, Dr. Najim Folashayo Salam, we well known as Ewaloye. I think we know him very well. He had been an academic, legislator, grassroots politician. He's seen as a third force option. He has attracted some aggrieved elements, including Arebuchola loyalists in some narrative. Of course, Arebuchola is supporting him to be the governor of Osun State, and those who are also seeking an alternative to the delicate dynasty and then Oyetola APC establishment. We know him very well, that if you look at his political career, he was once supervisory councillor for health and also elected to Osun State House of Assembly. That was in 2007, and reclaimed that very seat after annulment and won again in 2011. He was the Speaker of the Osun State House of Assembly from 2011, serving multiple years. He's credited with a relatively stable crisis-free House passage of bills on health, security, urban development. Some do call him a philanthropist and a community leader. Well, that's the candidate of ADC, former Speaker of Osun State House of Assembly. I know very well he has picked a running mate, MEC Temitope Agiri, a female, of course, to be his running mate. And many people are seeing him as the third force. But can ADCs crash anything in that election? Next week, Saturday, will tell us. And then away from the candidate of ADC to that election, we have told you about the candidates of APC, Bola Oyemabiji. Of course, many of you know him as Waju, Monoridin, Bola Oyebamiji, and many are saying that he's a biological brother to President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Some are saying that, and then it's speculated on social media that he's a biological brother to Mr. President. Well, I know very well that he's 65 years, and he was born in Ikire, Irowole local government area. Just like we did say on Thursday, he was a banker, a technocrat. I don't know if he's still a technocrat, but a long time loyalist. In fact, during the time of Governor Rauf Arebuchola, he was commissioner for finance, and his tenure as a governor, also commissioner for finance during Oyetola regime. But then he emerged as APC consensus candidate in December 2025 after other aspirants stepped down. Everybody stepped down for him. In fact, during the primaries, it was an affirmation, coronation during his primaries. Everybody stepped down for him. And it was because of him that Adeleke was not allowed to defect to APC. Adeleke had wanted to defect to APC, accepted every condition. In fact, he told APC, according to reports, that they can give him running mates, they can nominate people that will be in government, nominate SSG, nominate chief of staff, but allow me to come to APC. He was not allowed because he was told that Oyemabiji, at that time, was the chosen one. The chosen one. If you look at the way we do it in our African traditional societies, they will tell you the gods have spoken. And the young man, remember, he was in PDP, and PDP was having crisis, and he looked around. He couldn't even go to ADC, because if he had gone to ADC, he would be not supporting President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for presidency. He went for a party that can also adopt President Bola Ahmed Tinubu as their running, in fact, their presidential candidate, and then Chetima as the running mate. He looked around and said, "Oh, which party? If I were him, he could have gone to ABGA, and possibly the president will look at it as progressives working together. Why didn't a delegate choose ABGA? Since ABGA has adopted President Bola Ahmed Tinubu as the presidential candidate, and also Chetima as the running mate. If he had gone to ABGA, probably the ideology that progressives are working together. But he went for a Accord Party. The Yellow Marines. Whenever you see a Accord Party, you see yellow banners everywhere. But that's the party he shows. And then he also said that he will be supporting President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for president come 2027. And also Chetima for vice president come 2027. But he's asking, allow me to complete my tenure. So we are concerned, we are focusing our attention on what is going on in Osun State. We know very well yesterday, the Commissioner for Police in that very state, Mohammed Gutan, has been redeployed with a new CP redeployed for that very state. And that CP will be for the election. Remember that Osun State was one of the states created on the 27th of August 1991 from Old Oyo State. I remember that state was created by General Ibrahim Badamasi Babangida, and that state has about 30 local governments. That very state, Osun State, has 30 local governments, and there are so many of them. You hear places like Ede North, Ede South, places like Ife. Ife has about 4 local governments. Ife is so big. You have Ife Central, you have Ife East, you have Ife North, you have Ife South. You also have Ife Dayo, Ife Lodun, Ife Akarieba. But I saw the campaign trend of APC. They were in Iwo. Was it yesterday? Yeah, they were in Iwo yesterday. And I listened to Oyebamiji, the promises he made, how he's going to tar the road from Iwo, how he's going to make Iwo a sprawling urban town. It's quite a lot of things. And he was received by Olowo of Iwo. Remember, the state capital is Osogbo. But then, we have the 3 senatorial districts: Osun West Senatorial District, Osun Central Senatorial District, and Osun East Senatorial District. And the good thing is that it seems that the East Senatorial District for me, Osun East is the largest senatorial district, because that Osun East has about how many local governments? About 13 or thereabouts. Osun East has about 13 local governments. You hear local government like Ife. That's where all the Ifes are. That Osun East. Ilesha is also there. Ilesha East, Ilesha West, Irepodun, Obokun, Ori. It has about 13. Let me be sure. Of course, I'm sure that's 13 local governments, because I was saying these things, but I have to confirm. It's about 13 local governments. Of course, that's the largest senatorial district, Osun East, followed by Osun West. Osun West has about 10 local governments, and then Osun, Central is the least with local government, about 7 of them. Osun Central. And if you look at the governors that are produced, I don't want to go to when it was created, but let's go down to memory lane when the state was created in 1991. Of course, IBB appointed military head of states. But when the country returned to democratic era, Isiaka Adetunji Adeleke was the first gubernatorial, in fact, was the first governor, and also first governor, would I say it, the first governor of that very state. You know, he was from the south, and that should be Osun West. Adeleke dynasty. That's what we call Adeleke dynasty in Osun State. Remember, the current governor is also Adeleke. But then, when we came back to, what do you call it, in 1999, you have Olagunjoye Oyinola. But before then, when Obasanjo brought Oyinola to take over from BC Akonde, I remember BC Akonde, and also remember his then deputy, and then the issues surrounding the death of Bola Ige. And many people were of the view, in fact, that was the time his deputy then was actually arrested. You should, I think, Iyola Omishore. You remember, he was arrested when he left when he left as the deputy governor, because as a deputy governor he had immunity. But the death of Bola Ige was actually, put in a way that he may have a hand as far as that was concerned. But he was able to prove himself. Was the deputy governor to BC Akonde. DBC Akonde. I'm just like trying to let you know some of these things that are playing out. But Obasanjo brought his sweepers in Southwest. Remember the open letter he wrote the other day? He was able to make a lot of clarifications as against what was said about him by Oshoba. And then immediately after that, Olagunjoye, his re-election was actually something that happened, and the court nullified his re-election because court believed that Rebosola had won that election in 2027. Sorry, 2007, not 2027, 2007, because that was the re-election of Olagunjoye Oyinola, who was brought by Obasanjo to displace BC Akonde and Iyola Omishore. But if you look at how some of these things have been playing out, we have to really focus so much on that very state. A lot is actually happening, and people are talking, and we cannot also refrain from talking. Well, let's see how it goes, because we have Osun State in our mind. So far, if you have to do it, I don't know, they don't do zoning there. But for those who may be thinking of zoning, I don't think it's something they are doing over there. Because if you look at it, by zoning, Osun West had it in 1992 when Isiaka Adetunji Adeleke was elected as the first democratic governor over there. And it was followed by BC Akonde, and BC Akonde is from Central. BC Akonde is from Central, and then if you look at it, West first had the turn, Central had the second turn, and then when BC Akonde was removed, Olagunjoye Oyinola came in, and Oyinola is also from Central. So what it means that from 1999 down to 2010, Central occupied that very space. Central. Remember, Central has the least local government, but it occupied that very space from 1999 down to 2010, being that both BC Akonde and the Olagunsoye Onyinola, both of them, they are from Ocean Central. And then away from that, Taylor or Arebushola came in. Rauf Obweni Arebushola came in and then displaced Onyinola. And Arebushola, for the record, I think I'm away, he's from Ocean East. And he was there for 8 good years. So that means that Central is still topping with 2 years. And then immediately after that, Oyetola came back. 4 years. Oyetola is from Central. You add 4 to 10. That's Central has had it for 14 good years. With Ocean East, 8 years. The question is, where is Ocean West? I'm gonna tell you, but I don't think there is zoning there. Okay. On the issue of electricity, yesterday the federal government said something about removing the electricity tariff, but also warned that there will be no electricity hike within the period in view. But if tariff is removed, what is left? That will be hike. I don't buy the idea that if you do not subsidize, because the discourse, they will give you cost-reflective tariff. And most times, most of these costs are shouldered by the government. But government has come out to say that we will not continue with electricity subsidy. They're looking at reforms and investors. Obasanjo has not ceased in firing Atiku in all cylinders. And yesterday, during a program he had with Charlie Boy, Obasanjo said picking Atiku as a running mate was his biggest mistake while in office. Atiku and Akwalija. If I were Atiku, he couldn't have responded to Obasanjo when Obasanjo wrote that open letter. He could have ignored it. You know, Obasanjo would never retreat. He's the kind of person that he does not retreat. If he keep responding, he will keep firing you. Now, Atiku, respond to this latest onslaught he dished out yesterday. You would have ignored him. Remember, your boss is always your boss. And you accused him of, having elected to side his brotherhood. Would I say, yes, he has elected to side his brother, but we call it brotherhood. But if you go on X, people are talking about brotherhood governments. And just like I said in one of the analysis I did, that Tinubu remains the only president in history that succeeded, that follows succession line of Obasanjo that Obasanjo has not written an open letter to. But for those of you who have been asking, where is Wole Soyinka? He spoke yesterday. And he said that the federal government must do everything to ensure that lives and properties are protected and dedicated. Whatever happened yesterday to victims of insurgency, banditry, and whatever. And David Umahi, the Minister of Work, you know what he said yesterday? That South East should not vote for Peter Obi. That it will amount to wasting their votes. And he said he's not attacking Obi. He's just saying they should not vote for Obi. And he went further to say that it is uncommon privilege to work alongside President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And then people are saying it is too late for Wole Soyinka when he made a call yesterday on President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to end all forms of killings by state actors, adding that the silence of residents also worsened the situation, more like blaming the residents. Why he's calling on Mr. President to end all forms of killings, but he also said that silence of residents is not helping matter. It was yesterday during the public lecture yesterday when he was actually making those statements. I think it was in Port Harcourt. They had such lecture for us here, and then many people are reacting to the circular yesterday dispatched by the Registrar of the Supreme Court calling on legal practitioners to drop the whatever preface called a barrister before their names as far as they have any dealings with the Supreme Court. And people are still talking about that. Well, a lot to talk about. Just like I said earlier on, our focus is in Osun State, and then Adeleke and the court party that's crying foul. They are crying foul. They say that APC wants to take over the state by fire, by fire. And one was even saying, why didn't Adeleke, slash billboard for you to have outdoor campaign? 1 billion. If it's Facebook and we'll view what we do here and also YouTube. Let's go straight to the phone lines. Hello, good morning. You're welcome. It's good to have you.
Good morning, my speaker, Tony Mbeke.
You're welcome. It's good to have you.
This is the voice of Honorable Ignatius Okoye from our ancient kingdom.
You're welcome.
My speaker, you see what is happening in this country. There are parties who were outclass each other in the amount for campaign in their state. Seeing we get 750 million. Hey, this is Nigeria for you. That is not come to my state. This is exactly what he meant. Don't come here to campaign. This is the only thing. Well, let us watch and see. I strongly believe that when the P2B and my article visit, when they separate, I said it before. If you could remember when you were an Udala, I said P2B, what the P2B did is only to dethrone some state senators. This is not what he achieved. And he has put back Igbo's race more years back. That had been that he stayed with the article, they will have won this election. And by this time now, he will reach us soon. Now, I don't know why he's running up and down. Now he has article. He cannot win. Atu cannot win. They make it easier for Tinubu again to go. Thank you, my speaker.
All right, thank you so much. You are saying that they have made everything easy for Tinubu. Good morning, you're welcome. It's good to have you. You're welcome.
My name is Johnson. I'm coming from Onitsha.
Johnson calling from Onitsha. You are welcome.
Thank you. I think what David Omar should have said is that his family will not vote for him. Not Igbos. Not our father to Igbos, whom they will vote. You understand me? He's making a mistake by saying that they let people not vote for him. It's a very big mistake that he's making. Secondly, the president has just highlighted us the suffering we are going to find next year by removing electricity subsidy. You understand me? We have not even come out from the first subsidy that he removed. He has just said that he will remove the electricity subsidy next year. So it's not for us now to read the handwriting on the wall. You understand me? So it's better that we vote rightly next year. This election is coming next year. You understand? Because if you want to suffer next year, then you vote and then we remove the electricity subsidy. Then we keep the suffering in. Thank you, my speaker.
All right, thank you so much. Remember, you can go to Facebook and watch this program live. Drop your comments. I'm going to take all the comments there. I'll make sure that every comment drop on Facebook. I'm going to take it. Even if you had come on air, I'm going to still take your comment. Please go there and watch this program. Good morning, you're welcome. It's good to have you.
Chief Dr. Ben Tony Ubuna. Good morning.
You are welcome.
I know you are hearing me, but I'm not getting from tomorrow.
You are welcome.
Yes. Tiamu said, and I quote, that P2B or that Tinubu person that is credible to do what? To win the 2027 election. Yes, unquote. That is his opinion. But then he cannot, he should relate from telling us that he will be there one tenure. That is where I'm quarreling with him.
All right.
You see, so now it will go to him and for him.
All right.
Every other person can vote.
All right.
At the end, we count. Let our votes count. I'm not Peter.
All right. Thank you so
Let him
much.
do his job diligently and transparently. I make sure, man, I'm talking about this time.
All right. Thank you so much. So you have
That
to
is
really.
all we are waiting for, or particularly I am waiting for.
All right.
I know whom I shall vote for. Every other person knows where he or she is going to vote for. Therefore, all these things they are talking about, Russian, whatever, these are distractions.
All right. All right.
The
Thank you so much.
Russian will win.
All right. Okay. All
Yes,
right. Thank you
that's
so.
the game.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You have to really leave the scene so that others will come in because we have to manage our time. Please, please. We have to really urge you. There are so many people who are on the line, and you cannot imagine if I keep taking calls. I bet you I will take call till evening or even night. So when you talk, allow others to come in. Good morning. You're welcome. It's good to have you. Good morning.
Hello.
You're welcome.
Hello?
Your name and where you calling from?
Yes, good morning, Mr. Tony, sir.
You're welcome.
Happy New Month to you, sir.
We wish you all the best, please.
Yes, and happy weekend to you, right? The family. You bless, sir. See, please, to my brothers,
What's your name and where you calling from?
this is Right Honorable ABR Abraham calling you all away from Opanam here in Asawada.
All right. Abraham calling from Upanam. Go on, please.
All right. Please, it's good to hear. Good to hear from my brothers, other callers. God bless them. But I want to keep in something. Please. You have your social card. It's right. You are correct. I have mine. I'm correct. But I want to ask, in 2023, we all do that. Hoping and thinking that our everything works through prayer. No. That 2023 showed me a lot, and I learned a lot. Not everything that you live for prayer to manifest. No. Prepare for two things. I prepare for two. Either peace or pieces. If my vote will not count, I will war it to count. So get preparation for that. If your vote refuses to count in peace, it should be counted in pieces. But if you believe that peace will take everything, then you make a big mistake. And I want to tell you that if you don't prepare for these two things, however you see it, please don't complain.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Good morning. You're welcome. It's good to have you.
My name is Comrade Walter. I'm calling from Onitsha.
You're welcome. Comrade Owuchin, calling from Onitsha. Please go on.
Thank you very much. Therefore, to put himself where he belongs. Do you understand? In our local parlance, we say, "Natinyo was in a chain." Do you understand? Put yourself where you belong before you attract unnecessary insults. Go and declare your name, with the lady found in your house dead. Not even just dead, naked. You go and clear your name first. And I don't know what is wrong with that man and the women. The other time, one lady accused her of throwing her, and so many things the woman accused him of doing, which is similar to what happened in his house recently. So he should go and put himself where he belongs. He has no locus to speak from the Igbo. Away from that, let me ask you, there was a statement credited to our president when the Catholic bishop paid him a visit in the State House, where he
said that all is fair in politics. So that statement I've been thinking, I don't know what he means by all, because you look at the emphasis there, all. That means everything, even including suspending the electoral act for somebody to win an election. I think maybe that is not what exactly I'm thinking. Maybe we should explain further on that statement that all is fair in politics. So I don't know if it is what is manifested now in some states, which are less taking the lead. Okay, no, not unless you can hear. Just we are taking the lead by asking opposition aspirants to pay 750 million naira for billboard, while unless you doing the same thing in Abia State. So I don't know if it is part of that statement that all is fair in politics. And I had expected the Nigerian Bishops Conference or whatever to ask him to explain further with that statement that all is fair in politics. So, Tony, please can you enlighten or tell us whether that statement is democratic or dictatorial? So I just want to know, please. That's all. Underline all is fair in politics. Good morning.
All right, thank you so much. I'm going to react to that very statement later. Let's go on. Good morning. You are welcome. It's good to have you.
It's a wonderful morning to you, Dr. Tony Stambeki.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much, Honorable Dike, coming from Onitsha.
You're welcome, Honorable Dike.
Thank you so much. Going straight to the point here, I just want to say that any Igbo man or any Nigerian, I believe of all right-thinking Nigerians, the great people of Nigerians, men from the southwest, southeast, and north central, northeast, northwest, middle belt, all right-thinking Nigerians really know who they want to vote for, irrespective of the fact that the present administration under President Bad is releasing all the arsenal, the energy he's channeling to bring down opposition, especially Mr. Peter Obi, His Excellency. If he channel half of that energy to the economy of this country or to fight insurgency, bet you me, Nigeria will be walking the street free. And I just want to say that all well-meaning Nigerians really know that it's the turn of an Igbo man to have a shot at the presidency. Yes, from 1999, the North have it. I think the Southwest have it for 8 years. North also have it for 8 years. Southwest coming back again. The South have it for 5 years. I mean, if Igbo man, from the look of things, are we not Nigerians? When agitations was ongoing by Mazen Namdekano, everybody was saying that leave the agitation, section here and there. In 2023, we came out en masse to exercise our franchise. We were even asked not to vote in Lagos. This was the same president who was telling the Catholic bishops that he wouldn't brief for INEC. You pointed this out in your analysis within the week, where the president was holding brief for INEC. Over inquisitiveness made him to begin to hold brief for INEC. He couldn't even allow Daniel Baola or all these spokespersons or even allow INEC to speak for themselves. He's assuring the world that election is free, fair, that INEC is not this, INEC is not that. Thereby, exposing himself. So I just want to say that Nigerians is ready for this election. No matter what it takes, we are coming out en masse again. And the likes of Omahi can now tell us he's not I don't know. He's not even a governor, he's just a minister. Okay? And he cannot begin to come out and tell us who to vote for, who not to vote for. All Omahi has to do is to, settle the scores with that, affected him with the Habiba family and the woman that rented the canopy for him for his campaign. Omahi should, give himself a break. There was this video that was trending. It's obvious that he has penchant for women. that is trending where, Igbo staff women at the back. But he wanted to, he had was going somewhere else when the lady blocked his hand by her arm. Okay? I don't want to call the name of the lady. We all know her. We saw it in the Facebook. So what we are looking at, are we, fair to the Igbos in Nigeria? Just like I said, right-thinking Nigerians is thinking that way. Okay? Lives of Zero Follow to me. Mention them, Tanko Yanusa. Mention Kwakwanso. Right-thinking Northerners is thinking towards that direction. Why can't you allow an Igbo man to have a shot at the president, even when he's the most competent of those running this time around, even when he's the most qualified, even when EFCC cannot lay any threats on him, even when he has forfeited all allowances due to him to Anambra State government and Nigeria, even when he's working hard to ensure that the youth of this country, have employment, even when he's trying to work hard to ensure that he unites Nigeria once again. I don't really understand President Bach. All they need to do is to allow free, fair, credible elections, just like the Catholic Bishop have positioned. And I want to urge other clergymen, other people, the Muslim world, people have to, engage the president. Let him allow Amopitan. We are looking at what is going on in Osun State. What is going on in Osun State? Is it fair? What is going on in Osun State? Why can't you allow Osun people to decide who governs them? I don't really get this. You have gotten about 30 governors, to your side. You have the military, you have the police, you have the Navy, you have the Apadio Robert Staff Assembly, you have the House of Reps. Yet you are still not yet satisfied. You still don't want to, what are you afraid of? One man, you are afraid of him. You are afraid of Nigerians casting their vote for him. I just want to tell him that whatever will be, will be. And in life, what is constant is change. Allow your fellow Nigerians to have a shot. We know what played out in 2023. We know how everything went. But come this time around, we are not relenting. And I want to urge all Nigerians, go online, get your PVC. If you want to do a transfer, do it. All the privileges have been made available. Okay, for you to do a transfer, you can register online. The thing is still ongoing. I heard that it has been extended. But I want to round up by saying, Mr. Speaker, all this opposition article, Sheima Kinde, even though they have locked the north, and INEC is about to release their names, can they, drop the ambition, to support a particular candidate? Is it still possible to do that, or can they do it behind the scenes? Because we are looking at a situation that we want to remove the present administration. I think the Christian Council have told it.
All right, quickly.
Your style of governance doesn't work it. So I just want to urge other bodies to rise up to the occasion, because if you fail to speak now, I don't know the position you are. You may be eyeing, or you may want to vote for him. It's your right. It's your right to vote for him. But Nigerians are not comfortable with this administration.
All right. Thank you so much.
Of Nigerians. Thank you so much.
All right, that's your opinion. Good morning. You're welcome. It's good to have you.
Hello, good morning, my speaker.
You're welcome.
My name is George, calling from Asaba.
You're welcome, George, calling from Asaba.
Yeah, first and foremost, I would say that what is happening in Osun State is no more democracy anymore. Because the way things are going in this country, you see, I still maintain my stand in this country that all we need is a single tenor. A single tenor will at least uplift our political mindset a little bit. I know that some people will be saying, because I have a very staunch argument with one of the politicians in Asaba here, where he said, hear my voice that I was saying about single tenor. I said, yes. He said, what about the person they leave? He can still bring the person and still say, I forever forget that the person, sometimes you bought the person and the person will be doing your bidding. And I told him, I give him an example of the one that happened in River State. No matter the way that Wike trouble Fubara, but at least Fubara let us to know that, look at exactly what is going on. And we are still giving an example of the one that happened in Anambra State, within Ngige and the Oba family. So we know all those things in this country. So So all these problems, look at the way a single man is making himself to become an emperor in Nigeria because of this issue of democracy. That look at everybody is still behind it. Even the so-called governor in our state is supporting him behind. Because they can't come and play after fight with the president. Immediately you do that, you lost it all. But if you have the mindset that this particular man, I know that in this so time, this man will leave. All this thing that we are experiencing now in the country will be happening. Because let me assume that yes, that we have a single tenure of just 6 years. Mr. President, we know that no matter anything that he did to Nigeria, that what that system have elapsed, he will pack it and move out from Aso Rock. He may bring somebody that he will be controlling. But let me tell you, the mindset of a man work out of this different. No matter the way we look at it. Because you may tell me, you may hand a gun to me now and tell me let you shoot somebody. If my mind tell me no that I want to shoot it, I won't shoot that person. I'd rather let you shoot me than shooting that person. That is the mindset of a man. So no matter the way you see that people will be manipulating people or controlling people, somebody still have your own mindset, have your own heart controlling him. That is why we believe that let us stop this issue of two tenor. Because that is what is affecting this crisis and everything we are experiencing in Nigeria. Because I'm sick and tired all this shouting and argument that we're arguing. It won't stop anything. 2007,
we've got a point.
People will still win.
You've got a point. People
will still win. So nothing we are arguing here.
All right.
Thank you very much.
All right, saying thank you so much. You are saying Tinubu will win 2027. There is no argument over it. Good morning. You're welcome. It's good to have you. You're welcome.
My name is Ogochukwu from Udi.
You're welcome, Ogochukwu, calling from Udi, Enugu State.
See, Tony, as far as I'm concerned, our democracy is dead and buried. Because you cannot tell me that our democracy is working. A sitting governor will beg to join a ruling party. What happened outside our vote is counting. How can the sitting governor is begging to join APC? Showing that our democracy is dead and buried. And Tony, I thought that the election is 15th.
15th, right? 15th. Next year. Yeah, right. You are right. 15th of August.
I don't think so.
15th of August. Next 2 weeks.
Next 2 weeks.
Yeah, you're correct.
Thank you very much.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you so much for that reminder. The election is on 15th of August. Next 2 weeks, not next week, please. Thank you for that. Good morning. You're welcome. Good morning. You're welcome. It's good to have you.
Good morning, my speaker, Tony Zambeki.
You're welcome.
Thank you. My name is Basil. We're calling from Onitsha.
You're welcome, Honorable Basil.
Thank you, my speaker. Let me speak on the issue of Wike and the Federal Capital Territory. We know what they are doing. They're trying to prevent anybody from contesting the election. I don't know how somebody can bring somewhere 50 million naira just for a billboard. It's outrageous. It's like they just have decided what to do in this election. And when people are talking of 2027 election, I ask myself, did they consider about the judiciary? The first thing people should consider is the judiciary, because even your votes doesn't make meaning. Your PVC doesn't make meaning. What makes meaning now is the judiciary. Because after voting, judiciary can go up and turn everything upside down. So the judiciary is the problem we're having in Nigeria. It's not even the presidency. It's not even the legislature. It's the judiciary. Because whatever you do today, the judiciary has the right to turn it upside down. That we see the good and turn it into bad. And what are we saying? Nobody is fighting them. If you fight them, they will bring you down. So nobody fights judiciary. They are working in hard. That is the reason why Wike will go and build a mansion for them, because you know what these people can do, and nobody is talking. And other governors are taking stand with this kind of attitude Wike is doing, building mansions for the judges and giving them those things they want, so that when they have a case, they will just decide the case the way they feel like. So election or no election, the judiciary is there to determine it. So the election is, the INEC didn't even determine the election now. INEC can say what, and the judiciary will say the other one. That is the problem we're having in Nigeria, and it's become a very big issue. And if we are not talking about it, that is where we get it wrong. That is where we get it wrong. Because INEC will do something today, the judiciary will come tomorrow and say no. It doesn't work that way. So what are we going to do? It's a very big problem. See, OT is coming up with what? With 150 million naira. That's a big board. For what? It's like these people are doing these things and thinking that people don't even know what they're doing. And when they say that youth to run, when they signed the bill, not too young to run, or youth this thing, we thought that youth is coming up. Who among the youth can bring out 150 million for people? The youth. Or youth can bring 750 million. Who's youth? Where did you make such money? They're preparing it for their kids. Those politicians are making a way for their kids. They can bring that money, use our money to fight us. Tony, is heartbreaking in Nigeria that when you think of what is going on in Nigeria, you ask yourself, I will stay in Nigeria. Nigeria is going down every day. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Honorable Baselogo. And when you talk about Wike, it's expected. Wike has been doing things like this. Remember, prior to 2023 general election, Wike recruited over 200,000 people and gave them positions of executive assistants and then special assistants. In fact, he gave political appointment to over 200,000 people. Remember that period? So Wike has been doing things like that. But someone like Oti, many people don't even knew or believe that Oti could do something like this. When I do tell you people, if it in a you people don't understand. And many of you now cannot even criticize Oti for doing what he has done. Let's go back to phone lines. Good morning, you're welcome. It's good to have you.
Good morning.
You're welcome.
Becky.
It's good to have you.
My name is Wanganga Nwoko. I'm reaching you from the city of millionaires.
Yeah, welcome. Wanganga Nwoko, please go on.
God bless you. Let me talk about 2027 election and the federal might and what is happening in Osun State as well. I want to let us know that federal might works where people are not politically inclined. It will not be like the 2023 election where Nigerians did not care what happened. Today, Nigerians are politically inclined. Today, they are wiser. I want to shed away the thought of so many people who think because Obi and the Atiku did not come together for that, they will not win. It is not true. I want to let us know that Tinubu will not win in a place where Atiku has a stronghold. Now, Obi has made an in-route to the north. Last election, he got very close to 2 million votes in the north. Today, he has gone to the heart of the north, which is Kano. Tell me how Tinubu will win there with his federal might. Except if you are going to roll out tanks and ammunition against the people, then I will agree to that. Who is in Nigeria today, a street of Nigeria today that's not suffering from his own state to other states, from the north to the south? That's what we're talking about. I don't believe in that kind of political permutation. Oh, because he's the president, he will use the power of incumbency and overturn the whole thing. The time of grab it and run has gone. Nigerians now are more aware. Nigerians will vote against him. Tell me one place, one part of our economy that is doing well. Just one, mention one. Nowhere. I want to talk about Umahi. We all know him as a selfish politician. He has said it. I'm a dangerous man now. The man that calls himself a dangerous, and you are still talking about him. He told you not to vote for B because the president is doing well in the southeast. Where and how? You see what we are saying. Thank God for Oshomole. Oshomole is now bombarding him. All the federal rules in Nigeria are not working, and you are doing a super highway that will go to heaven. Let us tell ourselves the truth. Omahi, we will vote our conscience. We will not vote because of you. Even in your Ebonyi state, you will be surprised what will happen. You can only, deceive the gullible. Not people who are suffering. Not Nigerians that are going through pains. You are telling them to vote for Tinubu because it's working. Working where? Can you tell us one thing that is working in Nigeria today? Just mention one thing. Kiyamu was saying the other day that they are going to have a coronation. That tells you that people, they don't believe in election. Are you continue colonizing that person as a king or as Igwe.
All right, we got that. Yeah. All right, it's good to. Okay, let's actually get these things. Good morning, you're welcome. It's good to have you.
Good morning, Honorable Speaker Tony.
You're welcome.
I'm not hearing you, but I know you are hearing.
I know you can hear me. Yeah, calling from what? Please go on.
Yeah, let me bear my mind on this memo written by Supreme Court as regards to barristers.
Okay.
And that's why the country is going down day by day. And that's what we call in this policy inconsistency. Now, they said they want to relate with the Supreme Court. Then, if they are now, maybe somebody went to a lower court for a case and he was using that name barrister. And when it comes to appeal to the Supreme Court, then he will now start to amend the document for him to remove the barrister. If they should tell them what they should use.
No, they have been told before now.
Up to the Supreme Court,
okay.
Not when they want to relate to Supreme Court. Because when I look at the things that are doing in this country, it doesn't give us a sense direction where somebody that will succeed is going.
Okay.
It's just all about confusion and confusion and confusion. So I think they should come up with a policy that will now help the young aspiring lawyers to know where they are going to. And even the judicial president they are doing now, when you look at the cases that are even handling, I thought it even hard for you to, reference them when you are now doing your case. So I think they should come up with a policy that will now make the country to work, because judiciary is one of the institutions that's supposed to put any country in its foot. So that's my take. That's where I want to make my opinion. Thank you, God bless.
All right, thank you so much. You couldn't hear me. I wanted to clarify that the Supreme Court cannot speak for appeal courts, and appeal courts cannot also speak for the Federal High Courts. Within their jurisdiction, they have told everyone to drop the prefix. If you had listened very well when I was actually making an intro, I did say that during the court of bar 2026, the new entrants were also told not to use the prefix barrister. In fact, they have communicated to lawyers, but Supreme Court can only, in fact, Supreme Court raised the bar by saying, why you are coming to this court? You've been warned before, you've been told before, so don't use it here. So a kind of reiterating what the lawyers had been told earlier on, saying that for those of you who had continued and still continue, you cannot do it in this court. I think that's just that. Good morning, you're welcome. It's good to have you.
Good morning, Right Honorable Chief.
You're welcome. It's good to have you.
The voice of Honorable the Mayor Okume JP Kunola Umezeleke Audanodi. Can I go on?
You please go on. You have the floor.
Mbeki, when I hear your narrative, I used to be very happy. But what angers me is political situation of Nigeria, the governance of Nigeria. Every morning I wake up to listen to Udala radio. When I listen of the happenings in Nigeria, sometimes like this, they spoil my day. Tony, I want to ask, how can Tinubu have mind again to contest 2023? Is it? What is he going there to do? I have asked this question more than 5 times. What is he going there to again? To continue to put people in suffering. Okay, look at the other day. Tinubu came to office and removed something in petrol. We are hoping that the money that comes from it, that they will use it to make Nigeria a better place. Look at the other day, so shamefully, that they came out to tell us after 3 years that they will make accounts. They will tell us where the money has gone. That day I had that thing. In fact, I pity for Nigeria. Now, they are all every day, the plan they make is a way to eat our money, just to squander our money. Look at they created a position that does not exist, pumping money there. Now they want to confuse us. They say that they are probing them, but still left to the people that commit at those. In fact, I don't know how to put them. That thief our money. Still left them in those offices, and they are being divide, which kind of country is doing such thing? So if you see the way things are going in Nigeria, I want to pity to the people of Nigeria. If they don't get it right this time around, somebody said that things have changed, that it will not be like 2023. Quite agree. But like Honorable Basil said, if they can do their own, then judiciary will do their own. To tell you, if we don't come out this time around, get it right, the suffering that will come to Nigeria will be doomed. I'm telling you the simple truth. Because the plans this government has made to leak the election, okay, somebody is talking about manual election counting again. Somebody is talking about that.
Okay.
But they have suspected everything to see that they use manual to leak this election. Nobody is talking about that again. So I want to call the people, okay, now they are telling us online registration. How many people can register online, be able to register online? I reported here when they say that we should go and register. I personally, I went to Onitsha North. They are collecting 2,000 naira from people, and they get only one machine there. So if you ask, we say that the other machines are being stationed to one place or the other. If people are not registered,
right.
I want to tell you that has not registered is more than the people that have registered. That's a way of linking
right, thank you so much.
Let me just
right,
what I want to say in there is that whatever they are doing, 2026 must not be the way they think it will be. That I know quite well. Everybody is crying now, and we must get it right. Thank you, and God bless you.
All right, thank you so much. Remember, we do not allow any claims that cannot be substantiated. You say that they are planning to rig the 2027 election, but you can make such statement without giving us evidence. That's important. It's good that we know it here, so that it won't be as if anybody can come up with anything and then just say it the way he feels. It's not emotional thing. It's pure, more or less, something that is logical, factual. So anytime you make any claim, if we demand evidence, please do provide one. Otherwise, you withdraw your claim. All right, that's just that. Let's quickly take a moment. When we come back, remember, this is Udala 104.7 FM, and there has been crossfire. This time around, the fire has been crossing between myself and you guys. You're the listener. I know you are enjoying the program. Let's take a moment. When we come back, we are going to continue with the conversation. I've got so many messages on Facebook we are going to take when we come back. We'll be right back after the break.
Udala Radio 104.7 FM.
Quality bread, Wendy's bread, for your family breakfast. Wendy's bread, Abachi chane to sialo. Wendy's bread, Mama Papa they like Wendy's bread, Chichane nyanduo. Wendy's bread, even children they like Wendy's bread, Wendy's bread, and in town. Wendy's bread, you get it better tasty, we go sweet your belly. Wendy's bread, Wendy's your bachichoma. Wendy's bread,
Wendy's bread, tasty bread. You can contact us on our official address, Second Business Park, Enugu Road, GRA, beside Onitsha, Anambra State. We also have another branch at St. Michael Plaza, Atani Road. Also contact us on 070-1149-1571. Wendy's bread, your tasty bread.
Wendy's bread.
Otu akpa ekpere na abụ bụ akwụkwọ ndị ụka Anglican ji na-ekwu ukwe nakwazi ọtụtụ ihe ndị ọzọ bụ ihe ezigbo nwa afọ ala anyị tụtụtara. Ọ bụrụ na ọ bụ nke gị, biko gaa na Busy Fingers na nọmba 17 Old Cemetery Road, Onitsha, ka ijekọwa ife dị n'ime ya ma burukwa akpa gị. Onye ga-ajụ esi ya ma iro bụ Echeta Obioma.
When the stakes are high, the debates get hotter. When the issues demand clarity, we bring the fire. Welcome to Crossfire. Crossfire, where politics meets perspective, where issues are dissected, and where no topic is off limits. From the corridors of power to the pulse of the streets, we break down the politics, the controversies, and the decisions that shape our nation. Join Dr. Tony Olisangbeki as he puts guests on the hot seat, drilling them with the tough questions, demanding the hard truths, and leaving no room for half measures. Get ready for fearless conversations and uncompromising analysis. Crossfire, exclusive on Udala 104.7 FM Onitsha, every Saturday from 9 a.m.
You're welcome back. It's still Crossfire on Udala 104.7 FM Onitsha, and we're back to take some comments, and after which we are going to continue with the conversation. And I'm still your honorable speaker, Tony Olisangbeki. We've got the very first message from Sebastian Abiwe. He says, good morning, Right Honorable Sebastian Abiwe. Okay, testing from Ugwaba Onitsha, or Ugwaba should be in Obosi, right? Testing from Ugwaba Obosi, okay? And he says, my speaker, whoever that is not for us is against us. Now, Dave Umai is saying that we should not vote for Mr. Pirobi. It's really unfortunate, though he is entitled to his opinion. But I suggest that we should listen to him owing to the unfortunate death of a young Mary Habila, which I believe that he is doing everything possible to sweep it under the carpet. That's your opinion. I'm just reading what you wrote here. Away from this, the statement coming from Shoyinka is late and window dressing type because during the time of other president, he's known for talking from both sides of his mouth. No doubt, religious and ethnic sentiments have been eaten deep in the mind of many. The question is, which way Nigeria? May God help us in Jesus' name. That's what you say here. All right, thank you so much. Sebastian Abiwe. Christian Okadike. He says, I concur with Dave Umai. He said the truth, but our people wouldn't believe him until it happens. Then they will cry foul. What surprised me most is many don't have PVC to vote after they will say they have rigged the election. That's Igbo man for you. Christian Okadike. That's their opinion. John Ungana says, good morning, Dr. Tony Olisangbeki, or Gada Gidin Kizisi, no small. Dave Umai goofed, though he's entitled to his opinion, and that doesn't make a sense. Take it or leave it, P2B will win this coming presidential election massively. The type of votes he will gather this time around will be far greater than the former. No matter what the judiciary is planning, the masses will subside them and have their way. Let's get our votes ready and do the needful. Enough is enough. John Ungana is my name. Awada Obosi. Okay, that's John Ungana. Nwokolo Venatus, he says, good morning, Mr. Nwokolo, watching from Onitsha. I have been listening to Anambra State, the marketers, to know what they will say about Governor Oti. But they refused to condemn his action. Instead, they kept lambasting Wike and Tinubu. Shame to all of them. I don't want to mention their names. Anambra State will continue to rise above all of them. Nwokolo, did I get that name? Nwokolo Venatu saying that they cannot condemn Alex Oti because they are hypocrites. But common 50 million. They are lambasting the governor. But now, 200 million. They have remained quiet. Now you talk this one, no me talk him. All right. Let's see if you can just take the comments. Okay, there are comments. Please fetch more of these comments so that we'll take them. Let's go back to the phone lines. Good morning. You're welcome. It's good to have you.
Good morning, Dr. Tony Olisangbeki.
You're welcome.
World over.
You're welcome. Thank you, my brother. You're welcome.
This is Henry from Onitsha GRA. Can I go on, Mr.
Henry calling from Onitsha GRA. Please go on. You have to up your voice because your voice is down.
Let me start with what I learned, Mr. Speaker. And I learned it from an American scientist, political scientist. His name is Harold Laswell, where he defined politics as who gets what, how, and when. Okay? I'm now making an allusion to the position of Governor Oti and the River State, regarding that astronomical, increase for billboards for campaign in their state. If actually you knew that these two men are there for Mr. President, why wouldn't you say that's all right? That astronomical increase is geared towards securing the number one seat for their man, Mr. Tinubu? Say it commonly. Are you surprised? You mustn't be surprised. They are just doing that to throw everybody away. They can as well make it 1 billion and throw you away out of the political context. Okay? Politics is all about who gets what, far, and when. Harold Laswell, American scientist. And they are working on that pedestal. Yes, that is the background. Away from that, Mr. Speaker, the Christian community that is saying Tinubu must step down, something like that. I want to ask you a question. Are there a distinct Christian organization, or are there a splinter group of the CAN, Christian Association of Nigeria? One might ask, why are you asking? And I will explain. Mr. Speaker, you would agree with me, that these CAN members, we are there with Tinubu, showering accolades from him. When he was, telling them, I'm gearing us towards bringing in foreign mercenaries to come and fight terrorism in Nigeria. And especially, to go against that widely held opinion that terrorism is being meted against the Christians. I'm here for you. And they were there singing his praises. Now, if it were so, if they were 10 people, I am asking, were they mesmerized on that day? Mr. President of that day, or have they just woken up from their slumber? Let me tell us a thing here, please. It's high time we start playing around. Everybody is simply playing around. The blood of innocent Nigerians that have been murdered, failed on the streets of Nigeria. It's crying, it's not crying. That is the reason why there is confusion everywhere. Everybody is speaking from both sides of their mouth. They will say this today. Tomorrow they come out and say a different thing, contradicting what they had said in the past, shooting themselves in the foot, toxic in the foot. Okay? Please let us take our time. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you so much. And then, your first one. Let me read this one. Okay. All right. This one coming from Mazinwori Chikwadurumosinachi. A wonderful morning to you, my honorable speaker, Chief Dr. Tony Olisambeki Obuna, and my fellow commentators. When someone spends such heavy amount of money, 750 million naira for just presidential advertisement and billboards and letter wings, how can he work for the people without first enriching his emptied pocket? He owes another to the ground hold himself. Let's be wise. I still remain Mazinwori Chikwadurumosinachi commenting live from Onitsha. Let's go back to the phone line quickly. Okay. Good morning. You're welcome. It's good to have you.
Dr. Tony Olisambeki, good morning.
You're welcome. It's good to have you.
The voice of Obiokeke from Udala.
Obiokeke, please go on.
Yes. Concerns the billboard in Abia State and the one said by FCT Meneva just on weekend. Yes, this
is a sign of why people are criticizing, lamenting, as if they are against state police. This is number one sign how state governors will handle state police against their fellow citizens. This is wickedness in the high place. I'm telling you. We say no too young to run a bill. Okay, if a young man today come out and they say you want to contest in other state governor, then and be able to pay 150 million tomorrow, we see how EFCC will go after the person to ask him how do you get this money. You know, if this thing come out from other governors, I think it does not supposed to come out from Governor Oti. The way people are praising him, commending him, taking him, glorifying him. I think if other states collect 50 million naira, Oti is supposed to collect even 20 million because of the way people are praising him. They look at what is happening today. Can you see how they will manage state police? Then I want to say, other candidates from other parties who want to contest in this 2027 election, if they are not sleeping, let them go to Supreme Court, so that Supreme Court will put a stick, a particular amount. Otherwise, this madness will create a lot of damages in this country. I'm telling you. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. Remember, the matter cannot just go to the Supreme Court without first and foremost coming from state high courts, because you have to dispute it at the state level. And if a particular state goes on to fight over it, because if you start it in Abia State, for instance, now, probably you go to Abia State High Court, challenge it, and then it rules in favor of the governor. You go to Appeal Court, challenge it, and maybe it rules in favor of the governor. If you go to Supreme Court and challenge it, Supreme Court may rule against them, but it can only be applicable to that Abia State. So it means that every state has to challenge what is going on in their own state. So, but I don't know if unless Supreme Court makes an omnibus ruling so that it will apply to other states, maybe they go suo motu, as we usually say here. Good morning, you're welcome. It's good to have you.
Yeah, good morning, Tony Olisamde.
You're welcome. It's good to have you.
Chidi calling you from Ogidi.
Chidi calling from Ogidi, please. Chidi, can you bring up your voice? Your voice is down. Let's go.
All right. Yes, I told you that politicians are the same. Tupac said that politicians are hypocrites. There are two sides of the same coin, whether you are in APC or you are in the opposition party. Okay? What are the opposition parties doing? We have checks and balances in democracy. What are the duties of opposition? Why are they keeping silent? Simply because they are the same thing. If not, why can't they rise and protest against these obnoxious laws being put forward by the state governors? How can you be charging 750 million? How can you be charging 200 million for just billboards, campaign billboards that is going to last for 6 months or thereabouts? And everybody is keeping quiet. By 2031 election, you will be hearing about 1 point something billion because of billboards, 500 million because of billboards. That is Nigeria for you. I tell you, they are all the same thing. I told you that they will continue to loot, putting up obnoxious laws to back up their looting and malgovernance until a time will come when a generation of Nigerians will rise up against all these criminals in power. And there will be a revolution that will upturn the whole thing. And there will be freedom. If not, nothing will happen.
All right. Remember,
all these things
all right, we got you.
Continue putting up laws to back up their loot and their bad governance. And people will be keeping quiet.
All right, thank you so much. We got you. Remember, there's no time, and that we don't pray for anything revolution. Not I don't know whether you want to join Omoyo Lechore in his slang revolution now. Hello. That should be in the ballot box. That's where you. Good morning, you're welcome. It's good to have you. You're welcome.
Well,
I want to please ask you to take my submission today for mine. Please, sir. We have had a hard time. We will not vote P2B, but we are going to vote you today for mine. And you make sure that your name is in that ballot. We are not voting P2B again, yes, but we are going to vote you today for mine. But make sure that your name is in that ballot. If your name is not in that ballot, please stop disturbing us. Stop disturbing us and stop making mockery of yourself. We do respect. And for us, we can the governor. Well, I don't know what to tell them, but I want to advise Wike. That 750 million is a chicken change. You should make it 5 billion. 5 billion will be better. You understand? And okay, say Babu should make his own 500 million. You understand? Because all the money they are putting is a chicken change. But if they stop people from campaigning in their own area, states and all that, we don't stop them from posting their pictures on in the internet and other places, maybe in the television set and giving coming already to make campaign. It already is a popular person already. So that you don't even need much posting poster. And I want to tell them, because I believe that Jason Wike's political career is not ending today. The same thing with Okezi Bazo.
Okezi Bazo, are you talking about Okezi?
Oti Governor, I'm talking about. After your tenure, you must know that you will stay contest. If that something happened to you, please never you come to disturb Nigeria because we will rubbish your name. I know I am saying this. Most especially to Jason Wike. So Jason Wike in particular, because they have been trying to shut opposition's mouth. They have used the Nigerian courts. They have used INEC trying to dribble opposition. So they are still strong. Now they are strategizing to use don't come to my state to campaign. We are still waiting for governor of Edo State because I even governor of Benin State, you know that they will do such. But I want to tell them, I know him as a tribalistic man, starting from onset. You understand? So he's keeping quiet because that is his brother. Now the terrorism is now knocking on his own door. Maybe that is the reason why he's trying to stand as if he's
so are you surprised that all the time Orile school students were kidnapped that Wole Soyinka did not talk or did not say anything? Were you surprised?
Yeah, really surprised. I don't want to say anything because I know him as a tribalistic man. Wole Soyinka is very tribalistic. That is very tribalistic. Forget about that. The honor that he got. Soyinka is more tribalistic than Mr. President.
No, don't you see it maybe from the angle that Mr. President could be his friend and he has access to Mr. President? And remember
that this man is a pure.
Remember there was a time he said that Biafra was an ideology you cannot in any way extinguish, and people were hailing him. Remember, likes of you held him when he said that you cannot kill Biafra because it is an ideology that cannot be extinguished. There was a time
I want to say shock you that Mr. President, even what is that his name, the former governor of Borno State, the one that said that P2B is a Biafra, they know that Biafra is more than what they are thinking.
I'm just coming from the angle when you said maybe he appears to be tribalistic. Maybe,
no, this is what I'm trying to say that this is a pure. No, this is what I'm trying to say that this is a pure truth. It's a pure truth. This is just like saying that Marocain is not an Igbo.
But you cannot just.
But when you don't I'm pure Igbo.
Can you in any way give us any example that underscores the fact of what the claim you are making? Because you made a claim now. Can you make any or give any evidence or example that underscores this claim you have made about?
Because there are so many things I cannot say on radio.
You don't want to say anything on radio, but you have made a
claim.
No,
there are so many things I may not be permitted to say on radio. If you want to understand me very well, go and go for statements from Wole Soyinka, even when Obasanjo was the president of Nigeria, and you
you get the submission
All right.
views.
Thank
When Goodluck Jonathan was the president of Nigeria, this man is not a tribalistic man.
All right. All right. You keep making that very claim without substantiating it. I gave you an opportunity to substantiate your claim, but you could not. You said you cannot say some other things or things you cannot say on radio, but I gave you the opportunity. Remember, one thing is to make a claim, another thing is to substantiate that very claim. Remember, the man you're actually calling spoke so much against Obasanjo during his time as a president, but I'm here to balance everything. That is why it's Crossfire. Good morning. You're welcome. It's good to have you.
Good morning, Honorable.
You're welcome. You're welcome. It's good to have you.
I'm Ogenendi Boka for original. I'm calling from Abada.
You're welcome, Obama. Please go on.
Please, I want to ask you a question.
All right, go on.
The question I want to ask is this. Hearing what has been happening in Nigeria in the political arena, starting from the preparation of the presidential election that is forthcoming and that of gubernatorial, which we had a lot of things these people have just promulgated, like that of the most celebrated election, and then we can, so to say, about billboard or whatnot. I'm asking you this question. Those people call it human rights. Please, could you kindly tell us what will be their rights or their areas of jurisdiction where they will come out to intervene so that people will just get themselves. Because we are told that the human rights is when somebody can jump in there and seek for stone regret or how not to be treated like where there is no law.
All right.
So please give me clarification on that. And that of those people that are representing us, I do clamor on these people that are representing us there at the upper house. What we are there saying about the so-called things that is being done. So if they are keeping moot on it, then we will know. Then if they are saying something, then we can equally know. Because the election is forthcoming and all hands to be on deck, as we are being told. So that's what I'm saying, because I'm surprised that all these things will be happening in a place called Nigeria, where they say that the existing laws and this and all that. Please, could you kindly help me on that? Thank you very much.
All right. And remember, when you talk about human rights, it's an incomplete statement unless you are the human rights activists or human rights defenders. But I know many of you do call that human rights. It's incomplete. Points for you. Good morning. You're welcome. It's good to have you.
Hello, good morning, Speaker.
You're welcome.
I'm Rabbi from Mumba.
Your name is what? Rabbi?
My name is Rabbi from Mumba.
All right, go on, Rabbi from Mumba.
I want to take from Professor Inga.
All right.
I love that man because that fact about the man is not tribal. Maybe it's about interest. Because during the Biafran War, the Nigerian government jailed him for saying that the war is not good. He sided the Biafran during the Biafran War. He sided us. So I can't say that the man is tribal bigot. Because from what I see and what I know about the history, is not a bigot. Maybe it's about interest. Maybe there's an interest having with the president. And also about the Abia. That Abia is more than that one we are saying, because I don't know how much Lagos is charging for the board. Maybe it's a war. It's like that's a trade war. Let me call it a campaign war. Maybe southeast and the southwest. Maybe they are putting their own high price on our own people there. So this is tactics. It's a game. I don't blame the man. Maybe they have picked their own that place. So he picked his own there. I don't criticize the LSOT. It's a game. After the election, we'll know why he did it. Thank you, sir.
All right, let me quickly, correct an impression you raised. It's good. You said that during the Biafran war, that Wole Soyinka sided the Biafran, side, or sided the Biafran, as you said, but you cannot really say he sided the Biafran side. He was neutral. Yes, he was committed to ensuring that the war in itself was avoidable. And remember, before the war escalated, he was preaching that the war or the conflict can still be avoided. That's his position at that time. In fact, in 1967, he secretly met with Dim Chukwuemeka Odumegwu Ojukwu, the Biafran leader, to explore possibilities for peace and a negotiated settlement. But the federal military government under Yakubu Gowon viewed this meeting with suspicion. Soyinka was arrested, accused of communicating with the enemy, and detained without trial for about 22 months. That's almost 2 years. He was detained without trial, without even being charged. He was kept in the dungeon because of Biafra sake. Because he met with Ojukwu. He was discussing with Ojukwu over the possibilities of avoiding the Biafran war and other things, and then trying to see the role he could play to make sure that the war was avoided, people do not die, that Southeast is not destroyed. But Gowon arrested him, put him in incarceration, put him in a dungeon for almost 2 years. A lot happened. A lot happened. He suffered for the Biafran cause. Let's go back to the phone line and see if we can just take one more comment. Good morning, you're welcome.
Good morning, my honorable.
You're welcome.
Michael Dinier calling from the commercial city of Onitsha.
You're welcome. It's good to have you.
Thank you very much. My honorable speaker concerns who say
quickly, you have to make it very, very brief because of time.
Some people will be invalid. Let's just be honest and straight here. In 1993, who won the election and who was Donald winner? Take that in your heart. In 2023 again, who won the election and who was Donald winner? We all know all these things. So 2027 is not going to be a different ball game. This will happen. This is exactly what happened when Jonathan was in that seat. They told him, change Judah. He refused. And what happened? He was removed from the office. See, let me tell you, somebody who made you who you are, you cannot betray the person. And in Nigeria, only the
so you are now trying to you are now trying to say that the election is coronation. That's what you are calling it.
What?
Are you trying to suggest that the 2027 election, based on what you said now, is more or less a coronation?
2027 election has already programmed, and we already know the person that's going to.
All right.
So let us stop running helter skelter here. See whether I blame some people's vote is going to be invalid.
All right. Let's not preempt the process or say bad things that will discourage people. You know, as somebody who is a peace advocate, I will always encourage everybody to follow the process. But even if you don't trust the process, follow the process. Even if you don't trust it, because it becomes a ground upon which you can challenge whatever you want to challenge. And whenever you challenge that, even if you think that your challenge could not see the light of the day, it will see the light of records and for posterity's sake. Well, that's where we're going to leave it. I told you earlier on, if I continue to pick calls, I will keep picking calls till night, because I know many will be calling, and you can see how it went. Thank you so much for this very day. Today being the 1st of August, I declare blessings upon you. I declare opportunities and grace upon you. Thank you so much for your time. We're going to do this next week, Saturday. But remember, Ocean election in 2 weeks' time. We're going to cover it live. We'll beam everything live. And we'll keep giving you updates as far as that election is concerned. Of course,